Tristan was right. Maybe I wasn't giving my dad a chance to help me. Okay, yeah, maybe he could help us. Wait a minute. I've never told Tristan what line of work my dad was in. For all he knows, my dad was a prisoner for the crimes he committed, and he hangs out with sketchy people. Who are you, Tristan? What he told me next shocked me to the core. All this time, I had no idea this was happening. I stormed out of the cafe, couldn't believe what I just heard. Mila, wait! For what? You've been working for my dad all this time! My dad! Tristan! I can explain. Just hear me out, please. I could have just walked away then and there. But looking at Tristan, something in my heart felt that I had to hear him out. So, we went back into the cafe. Initially, your dad hired me to update him of your every move. Explains why my dad was always one step ahead of me. 'Cause you've been snitching to him. Okay, but then after knowing the whole story and seeing how worried you were for your mom, I was trying to help out too. What about the subway incident when you saved me from those sketchy guys? That was set up by your dad. But he was just worried that you were getting yourself in hot water. Oh, he's worried about me getting into hot water? Well, he's about to get burned by his own daughter. Wait, Mila! I marched back home to find my dad, cleaning up after a stupid party. Again. Oh, Mila, you're back. How was your night? You had me followed? Right then, I see the color drain from his face. Darling, I was only trying to keep you safe. From who? Because my mother is missing, and the only other person I should be trusting in all of this is you. But I can't even do that. Believe me, Mila, I'm doing everything I can to keep both you and your mother safe. Who took Mom? I don't know anything about that case, but I'm looking. You say that, but all I see is a dad living an indulgent life, hanging around a bunch of sketched-out people. I know it looks that way, but I'm just trying my best here. I need you to trust me, so we can be a family again. You've been gone for 15 years, locked away in jail. You're just a stranger to me. I knew what I said must have hurt him a lot, but I felt so alone in this world. I have a dad who I barely even know, and a friend who I thought was someone I could trust, but turns out I was just a job for him. That's it. I'm not going to rely on anyone else anymore. I'll find my mom by myself. I just hope she's okay. From that day forward, any information I collected, I made sure Tristan couldn't hear any of it. There's no way I'm going to let him report any of my findings back to my dad. But man, he was relentless. As I was doing my research from the town's archives, Tristan sat right beside me. Jeez, couldn't this guy take a hint? I got it! You got what? Patricia Morgan is part of the group called the Brotherhood. It was shut down a long time ago for conspiracy against the government. The group only lasted a few months before getting caught and disbanded. And get this, the article wasn't even written by an official journalism company. It was written 2 years ago by our school's journalism club, under their school paper called The Honest Truth. I think you found our lead. So that means you forgave me then? I'm still mad at you. You may have redeemed yourself a little bit, but I'm still going to keep an eye on you. That's fine. You can be mad at me for as long as you want. Just please don't ignore me. Okay. What's our next step? Why don't you join the club? You have a knack for writing and journalism. They'll accept you right away. The club president is Christina Valentine. We have a little beef. What kind of beef? We were friends in middle school until she totally swooped up the guy I had a crush on. Ever since then, we've been a bit catty with each other. Well, lucky for you, I happen to know that she has the hots for me. So, why don't we go together? Okay, lover boy. You better be ready for this. She can get a bit intense. Anything to help get your mom back. I got you, Mila. And yep, Christina was there, and as expected, she totally ignored me. But when Tristan walked in the room and showed her that he and I were all buddy-buddy, Christina immediately ceased fire and acted all bubbly around me to get Tristan's attention. She let me join right away, and while Tristan distracted her, I got to stick my nose in all of the old The Honest Truth publications. Turns out, there were multiple drafts and publications on Patricia Morgan. I even found one criticizing her for passing a bill that harmed the environment. This club is very outspoken and honest. Seems like I've hit a jackpot. But sadly, I soon found out the club was just full of hypocrisy and slacktivists. One time, The Honest Truth featured a piece on food and packaging waste caused by the large consumption of fast food chains. Yet I walked in that very afternoon seeing the place littered with fast food. And that's not the only thing that bothered me. They had motivational quotes pasted all over the walls, yet no one was there to make a difference in themselves or the world. They even had this ridiculous workout while working routines, replacing the regular desk chairs with yoga balls and balance boards. But honestly, that just took a toll on their productivity. Who on earth can work like this? Not to mention, Christina flirting with Tristan is plain distracting and just gets on my nerves. I couldn't take it anymore, so I called them out on their hypocrisy and shallow work environment, then left. As I stormed off, one student approached me. It was Corey. Okay, maybe I hated everyone in the club, but Corey was an exception. He was diligent and kind, and a hardworking journalist. Hey, Mila, sorry for what you had to put up with in there. If it makes you feel better, I've been enduring them for the last 2 years. If it wasn't for my mom, I'd leave this club already. What do you mean? I told Corey about my mom's disappearance and the lead we got on Patricia Morgan recently. Actually, I was the one writing that article about Patricia. How come? You know something about her? My dad's a journalist, and I got bits of information here and there from him. I was so pumped. Corey, this is amazing news. Do you think I can meet with your dad? He might know something that can help me find my mom. Yeah, sure. Great, I'll come along. Tristan, have you been following us? I'm sure Mila will be fine meeting with my dad on her own. I said I'm coming along. Sure. En route to Corey's house then. When we got there, I was surprised to find out that Corey's dad was Filbert, my mom's former coworker before she switched to another publishing company. Look how much you've grown since the last time I saw you. So, you and Corey are dating? Actually, no sir, Mila is not dating Corey right now. Tristan was being a little too much, and I had to give him an eye signal. After catching up, I finally brought up my mom's disappearance and my situation with my dad. Right then, there was a loud banging from the door. It was my dad. Mila, you're coming home with me. Seeing how scared I was, Filbert called the cops and advised me to get a restraining order against my dad. I was so shook from the experience that I agreed. You should just stay here with us, and we can help find your mom together. Filbert is a renowned journalist and a friend of my mom's, so I listened to him. And so, my days went on a little easier and stress-free. I didn't have to worry about my dad breathing down my neck, and with Filbert's help in finding mom, I was able to ease up a bit and focus on school. That was until Corey came to us with some news. Mila, today I overheard my dad's conversation with his coworker, and they said something about Patricia with some gang. Let's get home and ask my dad. Finally! I couldn't hide my excitement, but when we got there... That's not true. I wasn't saying anything about Patricia. Corey must have misheard me. And you, stop listening in on my work discussions. A lot of it is classified information. I will not tolerate it next time, Corey. Corey glumly left. Don't worry. I'm still looking into the case. We'll figure out where your mom is, okay? I was grateful for his help all this time, but disappointed things were getting nowhere again. Mila, you shouldn't trust him too quickly. He's just a stranger. Your dad is more trustworthy. But he's a credible journalist, and my mom's coworker, definitely more trustworthy than my ex-prisoner dad. I tried to reason with Tristan, but deep down, I felt a bit uneasy. Mom, where are you? That evening, I got a text from Tristan saying he got a lead about my mom, but he couldn't get inside, so he asked me to meet up at a nearby park. It was dark in the park and, honestly, kinda creepy. Suddenly, I saw someone standing in the park, but it wasn't Tristan. It was my dad? When he saw me, he lunged at me and came in for a hug. It was a nice, warm hug for a second, until I remembered that I couldn't trust him. Dad, what are you doing here? I know you put a restraining order on me, but I missed you so much. You have to respect my boundaries, and give Tristan his phone back. Wait, Mila, ask Filbert about the $50,000 bribe. Trust me. I was so taken aback by what he said that I didn't even notice Filbert standing behind me. Filbert then called the police to report my dad's violation of the restraining order and took me back to his house. That night, I couldn't sleep. There was so much going on in my head about my mom, my dad, Filbert. So I left the room for some water, but then heard some talking in the living room. It was Corey and Filbert arguing about something. Dad, why are you talking to Patricia? Are you getting tangled up with the wrong people? It's nothing to worry about, son. I've got everything under control. I obviously heard you the other day and you denied it. Dad, what is going on? My business with Patricia is between her and I, not with you. So you better stop prying. So you are talking with her. About what? What was I hearing? Filbert was in contact with Patricia this whole time? I was taken aback. So literally, I made a noise. Mila? Sir, what do you know about the $50,000 left on my front porch? You did not hear anything, young lady. You know about it, don't you? In fact, you might be directly involved with why my mom's missing. Filbert became more and more dangerous when Corey suddenly jumped in between us. Dad, you can't hurt her. Oh, sure I can. I was gonna leave her alone, but she has to be nosy, just like her annoying mom. Oh, no. I am right in the heart of the lion's den. I saw Filbert push Corey aside, then come at me, when suddenly the police barged into the house, followed by my dad. Dad, you got here just in time. How?
I knew it would violate the restraining order, but I bugged you back when you were in the park.
You're insane, but thank you. Filbert confessed everything. Turned out, back when my mom was working at the same publishing company as him, he would agree to take money to write favorable but dishonest stories for his donors. My mom couldn't stand it, so she quit. But recently, it was rumored Patricia had ties to some gang, and she offered hush money to journalists to keep it down till she got elected. Both my mom and Filbert were offered a bribe, and when my mom didn't take it, Filbert kidnapped her to silence her until the election was over. Then Patricia would have immunity from the government for 20 years, even if the truth got out. The police found my mom held in a remote apartment. Apparently, Filbert took good care of her, despite kidnapping her. All he wanted to do was keep her quiet for some time. So, without any intention to hurt her, Filbert got a reduced sentence. Patricia lost the election and was also taken into interrogation for bribery.
Mila, I'm sorry about what my dad did to...
It's okay, Corey. It wasn't your fault.
Thank you, and your mom, for getting my dad a reduced sentence.
I know it's gonna be hard not having him around, but I'm here for you.
It's okay. Things will get better eventually.
I gave Corey a warm hug as we parted ways. The hooded figure the night of my mom's disappearance turned out to be my dad. He was trying to convince my mom to take the money, or at least not publish the article she was writing about Patricia. But my mom was hot-headed and stubborn, which brought threats and bribes to our home. My dad also explained that all the parties with his sketched-out friends were actually just to set the scene to gather intel. One of them told him about a job offer of taking care of a woman being held in some apartment, and that was how he got some leads for the case. As for my relationship with my dad, we finally sat down as a family, and he explained how he ended up in prison, a truth that not even my mom knew. Turns out, he infiltrated a criminal organization to investigate a lead, and so he became one of their goons, but got framed for crimes done by the organization, and since he was only a private investigator, he had no immunity and had to go to jail for those crimes. Though my mom was obviously still upset.
You and your sneaky ways. It's true a tiger can never change his stripes. Just like how you tricked me into signing the marriage license years ago.
Dad, you tricked Mom into marrying you?
Relax. Your mom would still want to marry me anyway. I just kinda sped up the process.
That is no excuse.
A lie is forever a lie. But you shouldn't be too hasty and hot-headed either. Look what happened to you.
Oh, please, both of you. We just got back together as a family for 1 second. This couple, how did they even fall in love before? Finally, I'm back to my regular school days. Tristan, Corey, and I became a trio. We literally never went anywhere without each other. Well, with some minor frictions.